Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to review the Bonfire in a Box, and you guys are going to see firsthand in how well it actually burns. Now, I want to do this in the evening so that you can kind of see how it transitions from kind of how it is now to when it gets dark, and we're going to see how long this thing actually burns. Now, I'm going to have you guys keep an eye on it for me because I got a couple things to do up in the house. Like, one, sing my dog happy birthday because it's her birthday today. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and light this up as Dan instructed. So if you want to go see how Dan layered the different species of woods that are in here, go back. That link will be up in this corner over here. But go back and watch that, and then come on, and then after this, so you can actually see how this box was put together. But I know that there are different things, like there's going to be some pine, there's going to be some locust in there. Locust will help with the burn of it. And there's going to be a little bit of oak, a little bit of, I think there's black walnut in there as well. But go ahead and we're going to pop this guy open. Well, I kind of did already pop it open a little bit. So, I kind of already popped it open, but I'm going to get you guys a good look at it before I light it up. So as we can see here, you have two lighting torches. So I was considering putting one over here and one over here, but I think for the purpose of this, and to be a little bit honest, I don't know how it's going to burn anyways. So we're just going to go ahead and leave these guys right here in the center, and we'll light each one individually. Now, one thing I have made a good thought process for this process was I'm not going to poke holes in it like I did the last one. So this will have to breathe on its own. It'll either have to burn the box, or, well, flames we all know flames will catch cardboard on fire. We know that. So we're gonna see how this thing breathes, and we're gonna try and see how it does, because I'm really curious how this is gonna go, because I just don't know. So hopefully this all goes really, really well. And we're going to do just as Dan had recommended, which is to fold it out, and then I want to see how long it's going to go. So right now the time is almost 7:40. 7:39, as we can see it right there on the phone, May 11. We're going to light this bad boy up. So that is lighting both of those two fire starters. So we'll see how well it does. I'm actually curious myself. And we have somewhat officially started the time clock. So something I'm noticing right off the bat is that we have a little bit on the downside going in and going down into the box. So something must have slipped down in transport where it's going to light a little bit lower down in that box. And I guess it's happened on this top side here too. So I'm actually really intrigued. Ooh, we got down in there pretty good. Oh, never mind, that's just a small piece. So some of the smaller pieces of wax in and down in the box that were not just, yeah, that were further down in the little pile of wood that we have there. But there are small pieces of it down in there, or smaller pieces down in there that are slowly catching and coming out. So we're gonna, oh, it's starting to catch fire down below, down in the bottom. I'll try and bring this up, but as you see right here, this was not part, this little piece right here was not part. It was a very, very small piece of wax that went, or of starter material that went down in there, and it actually started to burn it. Very interesting. At least I think it's really interesting. So I'm gonna get you guys back here, back to sitting right here. And now we're gonna see how that will help and aid the box is starting to catch. This is actually really intriguing. I wonder if it'll start to grow outwards now to these sides right here. I got a couple puppies out here with me. We got this obnoxious one right here. This is Charlie. We're not biting that. But this is Charlie. She is the birthday girl. She is 1 year old, Monday, May 11. And then our old lady is over there. Okay, back to the fire. Ooh, I did plant this, just a heads up, for Mother's Day. We planted a really pretty plant. I don't remember what the name of it is. I believe it's a hydrangea. Well, hold up. There's a tag. There's a tag. Rhododendron. Sorry, it's a rhododendron. But it's a really pretty rhododendron. So, alright, enough about the flowers. Sorry, guys. Got a little distracted. Oh, dear. Our fire isn't doing. I need to chill out because it's just the fire starter. Again, I have not touched anything in this except for just getting it started. So I'm not touching anything personally, but it looks as if we can get down in the box a little bit. If I can get you down in the box, I'll try and do it through editing, but it's looking pretty good. So we're gonna leave you guys to watch this. We gotta go sing happy birthday to the little miss, and I will be back to check in. So I'll put you guys on a hyperlapse real quick so we can see how well it does. Will be bonfire. No, that's not the So, as we come to the end of this video, I want to make a really, really cool showing and or discovery. This fire, as we can see now, it's basically all the way gone. There's just a few things left to burn, and at the, when it finally goes out, it'll be probably 5 more minutes or so, maybe 10. So in 10 minutes, it will be just before 9 o'clock. It'll be 8:58 in 10 minutes. And I think that that'll be a good representation for when this will be completely done. So at that, we will say roughly 9 o'clock. We started this at 7:38, so 7:40, and it went to 9 o'clock. So roughly an hour and 20 minutes. That is drastically different than what the very first time of me doing a burn, the very first iteration of the burn box. And I think a large portion of that was, the first one was carefully placed and set out to where there was gaps for air so it could breathe, so the fire could get up. This one, tightly packed. The first one had holes punctured in all around it. So again, there, you could breathe, get that flame built up, and it was able to hit it, get it lit, and get it started going, and it burned the wood down. Now, the biggest difference in this box versus that one was this one was an assortment of different woods that Dan hand-picked to put into this box. The last one was only one species, and that was oak. Per my decision, it was all oak. And so the different species and Dan coordinating this box to where it could be some heavier burn, some more consistent burns up at the top, and some maybe fluffier stuff at the bottom to kind of get everything going if it burned one way or another, or if it would stay nice and burning on top and then burn its way down. Another thing also, I put the fire starters underneath wood so that it would have a something to start a fire up and they could burn its way down. This time tonight, the fire starter was only at the top, and I let that fire work its way down as it saw it was going to do. Luckily, I think this was a saving grace that we didn't know that we needed for this box. There were a few pieces that slipped down right in the front of the box, and that caught and stayed lit. So they were able to burn out and burn a hole, which let air in, and then it really started to feed that fire. So, how cool is it that the two boxes were so drastically different, but yet in so many ways, but yet was still one very simple concept. Can you burn a box of mini firewood? And with both of them, it was a resounding yes. One, specifically picked by the maker of the box. He hand-picked stuff so that it could give you a certain kind of product. And I say he succeeded on that. The very first one had the holes, had it all janged in there as it should be, to where it would get a nice burn consistently throughout the entire box. So I'm intrigued to see what your thoughts are about this test in certain ways. I'm going to try and leave as much of the time lapse in as I possibly can, and I'm going to try and make sure I get the ebbs and the flows of everything properly. But I want to say thank you for coming to see this video. I hope this showed you something where when you self-curate versus the maker curating something, and how it can be for you. Whether you want to self-curate your own box, or you want to have someone who makes the box curate it for you. So, some things to think about. I'm getting a little smoked out right now. The puppy wants to go inside and play roughhouse for a little bit, so we're probably going to go end up doing that. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of thing, or if you want to see more, or if you want to see what Dan and I may come up, what crazy idea we may come up through shooting text or me visiting up there, leave that down in the comments. Let me know what you want to see here on the channel next. I'll tell you what, that next video back in our own yard, man, that was a doozy, or that's going to be a doozy, because man, we've got some things to talk about, and I believe I talk about the Easton made 1222. But for now, my name is WD. I greatly appreciate every single one of you, and if I'm lucky, I will see you in the next one. Bye now, y'all.